Just the latest example of why Governor Perry is the best friend that homeschoolers have ever had in the governor's mansion. And we are proud to have him tonight. Would you help me welcome the Governor of Texas, Rick Perry.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Tim. Mr. Tim Lambert. Thank you. Tim, thank you. We would not be here tonight with this overflowing, extravagant crowd were it not for your work, your focus, your discipline, as all of you work together to equip and inform and defend homeschool families all across the state. It's an honor to be here with you, men and women who I admire. Some of the most gifted students in the country are sitting in this audience tonight with us. Some of the most committed teachers. In so many ways, you remind me of our state's earliest settlers. These are individuals who left homes behind in other states and to build a life of boundless opportunity, boundless potential. Those early Texas settlers didn't always have a real clear path that was marked out for them. They didn't always have an extensive support mechanism. They had no guarantees of success. What they did have, though, was a clear sense of their own abilities, a sense of the possible, and more often than not, an abiding faith in God. See, Tim, we're surrounded by people who live out those values every day, literally reshaping lives and investing in your children. I spend a good bit of my time bragging about the state of Texas. Categories of which we lead the nation include the fact that Texas is home to more homeschoolers than any other state in the country. And I share that with people. I tell people, I said, and that's said by product of public schools. You know, as a parent who helped guide our two children through public schools. And like the framers of our state's Constitution, I firmly believe that it is our responsibility to provide for the support and the maintenance of an efficient system of public schools. You know, in meeting our responsibility to provide that education, I'm committed to improving public education for the majority of the Texas children. It's going to be their main ticket to prosperity and opportunity. However, I also understand that public education may not be the best choice for every family. In some cases, the best option is the local public school, or maybe it's a charter school, or in some cases, it's a private school, a parochial school. Every child is entitled to a public education. But public education is not entitled to every child. And as every day goes by, there are more and more students who choose to go to a homeschool. Whatever decision's made. Whether it's one of those others that I mentioned, whether it's to be schooled at your home, on the location and style of a child's education. I happen to believe the responsibility and freedom of that choice resides with that child's parent. For those who choose to educate their children at home, I believe government regulation should stop at your doorstep. That's why Tim and I and so many of you work together to pass that Texas Parental Rights Restoration Act that Representative King sponsored. We will pass that bill. It will become the law in our state. It's also the reason I got out my pen and vetoed 1440. There's a lot of work that went into that bill. I understand that, and I respect that. The members of the legislature that worked hard to pass that piece of legislation. It had some positive elements in it that would have increased protections for Texas children. But I simply could not condone a bill that had the potential to seriously infringe upon parental rights. My veto didn't fix the problem, though. And there's still children in this state that are at risk due to some unsafe family environments. That's why, as Tim shared with you, I directed the Child Protective Services to dig into that situation, find the answers to that challenge, look into the applicable laws, how we can find that solution. My charge to their Parental Advisory Committee was to recommend a sensible approach when the department can and must enter a residence, ways to respect parental rights while protecting the most vulnerable among us. We can find the solution. And the fact is, if it was an easy solution, it would have been found years ago. But we still have to work on it, and we have work to do because we're committed to keeping our children safe. You know, the family unit is the essential building block of our society. We place the future of our society in peril when we weaken its protections. We also weaken our nation when we pass laws or enact programs that undermine our Constitution. In my estimation, Senate Bill 1440 would have clearly infringed on the Fourth Amendment rights of Texas families, subjecting them to the possibility of unlawful search and seizure. You know, call me old school, but I still believe in the United States Constitution. Matter of fact, I would highly recommend its reading by members of Congress. While they're at it, I might give them a copy of the 10th Amendment just to kind of get really down in the weeds and take a look at that one.